In fact, it's the second time Sister Jayanti has been asked to speak. Earlier this morning also she spoke. And she's saying that these life stories, very one first memory when she was 2-3 years of age, she would say she used to listen to her dada. Sometimes they would be chanting Sri Ram. So you think about it. So much spiritual love that she had from childhood. And only went to school for 3 years. From a young age, there was a pandit who would come to teach Dadi Janki. There was no. When Dadi Janki went to school, in 3 years, she would pass 2 subjects in one go. And in this way, she stayed 2 years. How did she leave school? She said to her father, I don't want to go to school because I will learn science and I'd actually prefer to be with science. And he asked her, what do you want to do in that case? And she said that she would like to just meet. आपका भगवान का अनुभव क्या है? तो शास्त्रों का कुछ न कुछ वर्णन करके सुनाते थे। दादी कहती थी, आपका क्या अनुभव है? तो वो नहीं बता पाते थे। तो इस कारण से फिर वो समझ गई कि इनों के द्वारा भी मुझे कुछ प्राप्ति नहीं होने वाली है। तो दादी ने अपना और कुछ आंतरिक ध्यान करना वो सीख करके उस अनुसार करती। Dadi decided that she was not able to attain anything from any other human being, but by just going within. तो बाबा सामने आए और उसने लाइट देखा बस। And one time she was walking with Baba, and her own father was with her, I should say. And from the opposite direction was coming Baba, Brahma Baba. And she had a vision of light through him. Dadi had a very big heart. Circumstances and resources in Pune in the early days were few. But Dadi had a very big heart. And in 1957, when I was 7 years old, and then for my 8th birthday, we celebrated with Dadi Janki in the center. And then in 1957, in the summer holidays, living close to the center, and a lot of time went into playing and answers, questions and answers. And Dadi would, Dadi center was close by, and I used to receive something from Dadi Janki to eat. And afterwards I came to know that it was the stuff that the sisters themselves were going to eat. At that time, they were thinking that they must be starved. And so some stories you've already heard. Then in 1968, when I met, when I was thinking that this knowledge should be followed, Dadi shared points of knowledge with depth. There was a scientist, a very special scientist, who would he's now renounced his body, but he was from South America, would probably know his name if you are from that area, South America. In Call of Time dialogue, there was dialogue between him and Dadi, and whatever they would say, he would support her. And so one person who knew the scientist very well had a small gathering for VIPs, a dialogue, and she knew one person there from traveling a lot, and he said, but you must know. And he saw how Dadi would say yes every time Baba would want to have something happen, and the values, the giving respect to each other, but not about theory. तो मैं कोई अपने को दबा करके दादी के सामने दादी की बातों में शामिल नहीं हो रहा हूँ, परंतु दिल से मेरी बात ही निकलती। फिर दादी के पास इतनी ज्ञान का खजाना होता था। Dadi had so many treasures of knowledge that any kind of question anyone asked to Dadi, Dadi would give such an answer that that person will be happy from their heart. Like one journalist said to Dadi, that you've come to the foreign lands, you didn't know this culture, the government here is different, everything is different. So, how will obstacles come to you? And Dadi Janki said that the place they have, it was like, could be a better built, and still it was good enough room size wise. And that person said, show me what type of obstacles have come to Dadi, and what type of answer do you think? She said, obstacles come from within, not from outside. I see when there's ego, attachment within the family, then the Supreme Soul fills us with power. So Dadi would listen to anything with great interest, very deeply. One journalist asked, Dadi, have you ever had jealousy for anyone? And Dadi just looked at him and she thought, I not felt jealous for anyone because God has given me so much that there's never been a reason to be jealous. And then, has anyone had jealousy for you? And she said, yes. And two things she asked. What is the reason for jealousy? And second, when others are jealous for you, what would you do? So first, Dadi gave the example of jealousy as I had never thought that there could be jealousy as a result. So when we see somebody else's fortune, so I think if we were to make effort, the future would be very good. And so I won't go into the detail.
So the reason for jealousy is laziness and carelessness. She would think, I need to go within myself, and I would see what is it that's making them jealous. That if she were more soul conscious and more effort maker, then others will not have jealousy. So she did that, and she would do that secretly. So when we talk about transforming our life, there's the sustenance Shiv Baba has given us, practically showing us what the world is like. And I would say there's been a lot of attainment from all the daddies. So I think with everything, at every step, I remember those things and I'll have that attention to have good dharana. I don't know how much time we have.
गाड़ी को चलाने के लिए इशारा मिल रहा। दादी को आत्मा के प्रति, हर आत्मा के प्रति बहुत बहुत शुभ भावना रहती थी। Dadi had good wishes for every soul. We don't know. And in fact, externally, Dadi Janki also didn't know how much good wishes she had. So Dadi would look at the person in front of her, the service that they can do, the potential they have. So there are many UK teachers who have not just taken inspiration from Dadi Ji, but she has seen them with such elevated vision, and on this basis their life has changed. You heard the sharing of Sister Manda and Sister Gemini. So one small thing, but it's a big thing also, Dadi would say you have to go back to London and do service there. And I would say that in London there's a lot of Maya, there's no service. And Dadi would say, in front of me there are thousands of souls who are thirsty for this knowledge. And I said, but Dadi, that's not true. And Dadi said, no, you have to go back there. So you see how from one many others emerged, and from those many so many more came, and so now there's a very beautiful tree that has spread. So just as Dadi had thoughts for individuals, but also for countries and continents, many times Dadi would be doing service in her dreams. She would say, today Baba took me this place or some place, and though her health was not good, she would be smiling and doing service in her thoughts or in her dreams. And we would ask her, what scene did you see? And she would say, Baba's doing very good service. So one particular thing, जैसे बाबा के बच्चे हमारे घर पे आए, तो ये है 1974 एंड की बात। उसके बाद So at the end of 1974, कौन सा ऐसा परिवार है, there was such a family. सुंदर सीढ़ी है, और उस समय तो कुछ नजर नहीं आया, तो फिर मैं भी भूल गई। फिर 75 दिसंबर में दादी ने मुझे गयाना भेजा, साउथ अमेरिका।
In
वहाँ पर जैसे ही
1970,
मैं अंदर घर में
I
आई,
think
वो सीढ़ी
74,
और वहाँ
she
पर
went to
आंटी
Guyana,
अंकल स्टीव
and
का
Daddy
दुकान
had
खड़ा
sent
था
Jinti Ben
हवा
there.
करने के लिए।
And so she
तो
saw this
उसके बाद
staircase that she had
जो
seen in her
वहाँ से
dream,
गयाना की
and then
सेवा, फिर
it was
न्यूयॉर्क का
serving
कनेक्शन, भारत का कनेक्शन,
Auntie Betty
अनेक
and
स्थानों
Uncle
पर
Steve, the
बहुत
parents
सुंदर
of Sister
सेवाएं की।
Gayatri.
तो दादी का
And
स्वप्न में खुद उसमें भी सेवा करती थी, फिर
Dadi would
स्वप्नों द्वारा औरों को भी प्रेरणा दे करके सेवा
inspire
कराती है।
others and serve them
फिर जो कॉल ऑफ टाइम का प्रोग्राम शुरू
through her
हुआ,
being.
एक छोटा सा संगठन था न्यूयॉर्क में, मैनहट्टन की जो आर्ट गैलरी है वहाँ पर।
So there was an art gallery in Manhattan. Dadi said to to Gayatri Ben about Manhattan, whatever friends you have,
तो वो जो इकट्ठे हुए, तो उनसे दादी बिल्कुल एक जैसे की फ्रेंड होकर के, मैं दादी हूँ, आप अज्ञानी हो, बिल्कुल कुछ ऐसे वातावरण नहीं था, आप मेरे फ्रेंड्स हो। दादी उनसे मिल चुकी थी, तो दादी उनको फ्रेंड के नाते से
so Dadi would call those people she was serving my friend. And she said, if you receive invitation for Madhuban, but you're very busy, then what would you do in order to go to Bharat? What is it that pulled you to Madhuban? Oh,
कि हम चाहते हैं कि हमको गहराई का ज्ञान मिले, जैसे अभी आप
just as you receive
बैठे हो
knowledge that is very deep,
क्योंकि आप हमारे लिए ऐसे छोटा सा संगठन तैयार करेंगे जहाँ पर हम दिल की लेन देन कर सकें ज्ञान की, और वो था स्टार्ट ऑफ कॉल ऑफ टाइम।
So start of Call of Time, which is now 25 years ago, where high-level people come at that time, that he receives public platforms very often. But where can we benefit from rolling on?
चला, पहले कॉल ऑफ टाइम नाम नहीं था, परंतु छोटा सा संगठन ऑक्सफोर्ड में हुआ, एक बारी दो बारी मधुबन में हुआ, मधुबन से भी बहुत उन्होंने प्रेरणाएं ली, इतना तक जो कई बाबा से भी आकर के मिले, परंतु उन्होंने एक बारी
So people take inspiration from here, take pictures from here, make their centers like Yansarovar.
मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप दो आवाज़ सुनो, भगवान आपको क्या कह रहा है, आप वो आवाज़ सुने, और आपकी दिल क्या कहती है वो भी आप सुनो। तो मैं चाहती हूँ समय की पुकार क्या है वो आप सुनो। तो उस समय की पुकार से फिर कॉल ऑफ टाइम का शुरू हुआ। परंतु दादी हर आत्मा को बाबा के नज़दीक कैसे आए, बाबा 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 का ही मंत्र बुद्धि में रहता था। और फिर तो लास्ट में तो कुछ वर्षों से, पहले दादी ओम शांति एक ही बारी कहती थी, परंतु लास्ट कुछ वर्षों में
In the last years, Dadi would be saying the mantra of Om Shanti 3 times, sometimes just Om Shanti 1 time, and she would explain that Om Shanti in many different ways. One time for 6 months, she had constant classes on Om Shanti, drawing out different experiences, different meanings. Who am I? Who is it I belong to? And what is it that I have to do? Think the essence of the ocean, and souls who know the essence of the ocean. Om Shanti.